Hello everyone, welcome to my last episode for this installment of Chef RPG. This is going to be my final thoughts episode. If I do sound different, it is because I got my new computer, and I'm still working on sound settings, so forgive me if stuff is a little bit too loud or a little bit too soft. I'll try to catch it in editing. But this game is about a young person going from a huge city into a small side town village and making a name for themselves, where it's set in a cybertopian setting, and it does it quite well, where there's a little bit of tension between that's mentioned later in the acts with between humans and cyborgs, as well as just general like natural reactions to a new person coming to town. We're like, who are you? Why are you talking to me? Stuff like that. And for a game that's $20, I say it has pretty good roots thus far. And let's get into my impressions thus far. Impressions on it is that the system for the game is pretty good. Like I said, good bones, all that. There are some perks that are more overpowered than the others, such as this right here. Tables, wood floor tiling, trees, grandma threatening you. Uh, but my impressions are that this game is really good. The perks are good. Where I'll display these really quick. So if you're looking just at this, seeing if you want to buy this game, I recommend that Explorer perk. Staff training is pretty good. The treasure hunter is amazing because you can get epic furniture from it. Thermal skin, wait, and once you get to Act 3, thermal skin is going to be your best friend, but not necessarily right off the bat. For other good skills, supply chain is amazing once you get your stuff going, meaning your restaurant. Recruiter is good. Research facilities, you want to get that as quickly as you can, although it will be expensive, just because it lets you get like your for Pastier, which is your dessert cooking. It will let you get some really nice passives, such as you cannot go below 50% quality on any dish that's made in the dessert category, which is amazing. As well as once you get to, I believe, research 2, yeah, gourmet gastronometry, you can get a perk which gives you just a plus 30% revenue from molecular. And desserts and molecular go hand in hand a lot, so it's just an amazing thing to get right off the bat. Bookworm I would recommend as well, just because you can get it's a really good source of getting recipes really early on without having to spend like 1,000 of your well-earned credits just to get a recipe that you may or may not have. Because random recipes can repeat, and you'll get a lot less gold for it. I went to gold, but gold's currency in a lot of games, so forgive me. Next good perks in cooking are home cook, which is just stuff you cook is 5% better, and then it's faster. That's also very good. A secondary perk that you might want to get is Hands-On Approach, which just is more recipe unlocking, which isn't a. You eventually find your niches, and it's not too big of a deal if you don't get it. Where there's plenty of recipes, you might just get a ton of what you're working on, and voila. The most important perk in my playthrough is by far Secret Admirer, where you can receive gifts from friends and gifts will appear in your mailbox, which was what I did at the beginning of the episode. Is that this is amazing because you can get legendary ingredients, you can get a ton of like stuff you can sell, which might be kind of rude because it's gifts, but it gives you a ton of like furniture, ingredients, and just assortment of all of these goodies that are amazing for you. So that's quite good. Where that's even better than Treasure Hunter. Where Treasure Hunter, it's mostly people mostly bury their soda. It's weird. Salesman, I would recommend this one. I am unsure about. I have never had it. As long as you're getting your dishes out quickly, that doesn't matter. Party planner, with some testing with a friend, they said that this is literally not worth it. Party planner is not worth the effort at the time. This is this is pretty good, and this one's probably one of the best perks you can get in the game, where if you have revenue in mind, whereas it's just 30% more revenue. These dishes don't cost a lot to produce, because it's 45. Yeah. Desserts are only this high due to the perks I have for my research, which is also why you want to get your research up, because it increases your value of your dishes. And if you guys want me to go more into depth with the research aspect of it, I can do that in a separate episode, possibly, for Chef RPG, because I am willing to do some more tutorial videos of this. However, let's get into some of the kind of negatives of the game, which is one of the biggest one is that if you start the main story quest, you get locked out of your kitchen. Yes, it does sound kind of weird, but it will lock you into like the requirements of the kitchen. You won't be able to gain money from it. So in order to combat that, which I found is that you need to go to your local beaches and gather up all these seashells, because this is a very good moneymaker actually. The clamshells not so much. However, the seashells sell for about like 100 to like 700 a piece. If you get the epic, like the cone shells sell for like 700, 800 a piece. They are very, very good, and that's what made it so I could actually do my grand opening, soft openings, because it, like I said, it locks you into the tutorial stuff and the questing stuff, which is one of the downsides. Is you have to be. That's the only thing I would watch out for, is that before you accept, like, yes, I'm ready to do a quest. No, you're not. make sure you have like enough money to be actually able to do all the things you need, because I've had it where I had to grind out a ton of random assortment of junk just to be able to get the stuff to buy to get all my stuff. Another thing, do your daily boards. Yeah, or check these daily, because some of them, random ingredient, random quote, you don't get just one, you get a ton of that ingredient. So that's very good. And Rue gemstones are a scam, because they're about 7,000. There's no way to cut them right now, and they're about 7,000 credits a pop. So this is the Rue gemstones, which you don't get until later. It's kind of a scam. But if you need to get your shells, where you go to get your shells sold is this guy right here, Bowie. Go in. Go to the shop. And just easily get your money's worth out of it. And once you get research unlocks as well, the best alcohol to use when you're like explaining ingredients, or just not explaining ingredients, but getting the best value out of your dishes, is using Baijiu. However, I would recommend using sake, because you can actually get it from the supply chain. But this is the best value liquor you can get, and this is the only vending machine you can get it from. It makes your dishes worth so much, including Wagyu, where technically you make an apple pie with Wagyu and that alcohol, because people in this game do not have taste buds. Another recommendation I would say would be get her friendship up and try to get one of these carbon bionic arms, because these give you energy depletion and gathering boost. Amazing for your traits. These microprocessors, these are only for cyborg units, which I'll get into right now. In the game, when you start off, you can choose between either being a cyborg or a human. The differences are that obvious. However, if you choose to be a cyborg, your stamina decreases a lot slower, but your social also gets punished for that. But if you're human, your stamina decreases faster. However, your social is a lot better. Gain is a lot better. And that's pretty much the only differences, besides you can use those microprocessors as cyborgs. And the microprocessors have very, very good upsides to them. While you can, as a human, you can use that has 5% speed boost. That's something exclusive to humans. You can get consumable bonuses from it. And that's mostly the difference between cyborg and the human choice. And then if you ever get a rare ingredient either from your gifts, because they can be your gifts, very, very rarely, or right now in the game there's no way to get them besides through the last quest. So you can either use them in your dishes, or what I like to do is just sell them for insane profit margin. Because they're not like I said, they're not amazing for dishes, because you eventually run out and then you're back to the drawing board. Where it's better just to sell them straight up then. Which I think wraps me up for that section. So, April, the greenhouse owner, as well as our local jeweler, she provides you with accessories. Accessories will go in, I believe it is, yep, accessories go in, I think, this slot, or it's one of these two slots. I always forget which goes in which. I'm pretty sure this slot's the accessory slot. And most of her accessories are, in my opinion, not that great, except for the ruby ring, which I'll show. If she has available, I'll show. The ruby ring gives you a 10% cooking boost. Yep, this is ruby ring. This is one of the better equipments in the game. Once you unlock her, which is a little bit after Act 2, because it's after, I believe, halfway through Act 2. Act 2 is very, very short, so she'll be available quite soon if you get your Act 1 together. But this I recommend a lot. But accuracy is not that important, at least I didn't notice it. Energy depletion, if you're really worried about energy depletion, you can get this, or a social boost. Social boost is also nice. But I would recommend getting the ring. Getting that ring as soon as possible, because that'll just make it so that if you choose auto cook, if you get bored of the minigames, which I don't blame you, because they can be a teeny bit repetitive, although fun. That will help you get it so that you get your dish quality up without losing too much. So, with all it is, and with everything that this game has to offer at $20 and it being in very early access, I would recommend this game quite a bit. And if you guys have anything that you would like me to touch more up on, such as brewing, which I haven't even touched yet, or more into the research, just let me know in the comments down below. So, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. If you did like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm as always Ergo, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.